Let's talk standards, A through F, and legislative issues. 4 groups of ASA members met to provide the Department of Education with feedback on the new draft standards. 2 were in Tucson and 2 were in Phoenix for ELA and math respectively. The groups had some disagreement over the deletion of the math examples in the math standards, but otherwise were consistent in their suggestions. If you want the details on their feedback, you can read the attachments to this message. Speaking of standards, the revisions have stirred little controversy with the exception of the new inclusion of cursive writing. If you're interested in the cursive debate, a brief article on the research is attached. Now, on to A through F accountability. How should states design accountability? Well, there's a debate going on nationally between those who advocate for a single measure, as Arizona has to do because of state law. A lot of people call that the Florida system because Jeb Bush initially instituted it in Florida. You can read an article attached to this message where Jeb Bush advocates for that single measure system versus the multiple measure system, which is being developed in California with a dashboard example. And that emphasis of the dashboard system is on several critical factors. One of them, for example, that is being widely advocated is to measure chronic absenteeism. What about chronic absenteeism in Arizona? If you're interested in that, you can see an attached report from the Arizona Educational Research Association researcher, MESA's Joe O'Reilly, and he includes some detailed data on various chronic absenteeism issues in Arizona districts. Now, speaking of other critical factors, how much emphasis should be placed on proficiency? Well, that's being debated by the State Board of Education as we speak. What do conservative scholars nationally say about the emphasis on proficiency? I've attached another short article on that debate, and you might be surprised to hear what they have to say. Remember, the A through F ad hoc committee is continuing to hold important meetings. This coming Monday, they will discuss high school measures. Then, in a couple weeks after that, they will discuss a special formula for small schools, rural schools that are remote, and online schools. So, if you're interested in those issues, you'll want to look at the dates that I've included in this email. Finally, as we approach the legislative season, ASA, as part of Arizona Schools Now, has funded 4 televised debates in key legislative races: District 18, District 6, District 28, and District 8. I've attached again the dates that some of these will be televised on Cox 7, but these are key races which will determine whether or not the AZ Senate stays at 17 Republicans, 13 Democrats, or could end up being 15-15, which would really change the political landscape in Arizona. Legislation on education funding is likely. And I've also finally included a link to a very clever video put out by the Arizona School Boards Association on the use of vouchers. There's likely to be voucher legislation again this year, and this video makes it clear how little accountability goes with voucher funding in Arizona education. Take a look. Follow these issues. They will affect our future.